Alright, hello everyone. I am Fozzie, or Cam, and I'm here with my co-host, as always, Will. How you doing today, Will?
Doing great, Cam. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. Alright, so we're on a little bit later than usual, which is sad, but life happens sometimes, you know? Um, but yeah, this is game 6. It's make or break here for my Celtics, and Warriors should be feeling pretty good about themselves right about now, I'd say, because they're they're kind of killing it right now. I mean, they don't need to win this game, which is always a nice feeling. And if they do, they're champions. They're league champions. So, I mean, I would be really excited if I were you, Will, and I am just so nervous as a Celtics fan. But let's start off with our predictions. Will, who are you going with today?
Um, as much as I feel like the Warriors are going to close this out tonight, and this is the best I felt all series as a Warrior fan, at the beginning of our discussions about this Warriors versus Celtics NBA Finals matchup, I picked the Warriors to win in 7. And I don't want to be somebody who switches up when I what I said. So for that reason, I'm going to say the Celtics, who are 3-0 in elimination games this postseason, I'm going to say that they will pull off the win this evening. But that being said, this is the best I felt all series as a Warriors fan. I'm just going to stick to what I originally said with Warriors in 7, and also the Celtics will win tonight. How about you, Cam?
All right, I hate to say it, and it pains me to say this. I am completely going against everything you said, Will, and I am impressed that you're able to do this. I'm impressed that you're able to stick with your prediction. That's impressive. That's really like honorable, Will. But
Thanks,
unfortunately,
Cam.
I am not as honorable. I originally said Celtics and 6, and that's not possible anymore. And I am just so nervous. So with this game, I'm gonna go with Warriors. It kills me to say that, in fact. But
Of course, yeah.
and Mad Grass says Bigfoot says hi. Wonderful. Um. So yeah, I think we need to do this because we always kind of do this. Player of the game. Who are we thinking? Well,
All right. I'll say, or yeah, I guess I'll pick a player of the game for both teams. For the Warriors, you know what? This is Game 6. Klay Thompson obviously has the nickname Game 6 Klay. He was really good in Game 3. Continued to have solid play in Games 4 and 5. I am going to say that Game 6 Klay will show up this evening. I'm going to go Klay Thompson, star of the game for the Warriors. I'll say he'll have 30 points. And for the Celtics, I'll go with Jason Tatum. How about you, Kim?
all right, Warriors. Well, I'm not gonna go with Draymond Green, but I think I'm gonna go with Andrew Wiggins because he had such a beautiful game last game, and I feel like he can keep that up. I feel like he's played stellar all series. So I wouldn't be surprised that if we get another awesome game from Andrew Wiggins. He's just a fantastic player and a great addition to the Warriors.
Yeah,
Um,
sorry,
no,
Kim.
no,
Go.
no, no, no. What were you gonna say?
No, just on Andrew Wiggins. I'm just so impressed and so happy for him that he's been able to turn around his career the way that he has with the Golden State Warriors.
Oh
And
yeah.
I think, like, I once read that Steve Kerr actually said the Warriors would be dead without Wiggins this postseason, and that would be because he's willing to guard the opposing team's best player. So I just thought, that comment from Steve Kerr really shows his impact to this team and how they would not be in the position that they're in one game away from the finals, not because of his scoring, as big as that can be at times, but because of his defense and his ability to be able to guard the best player on the opposing team at a high level.
Yeah, he's just played incredible this series, and I feel like that shouldn't go unnoticed. All right, for the Celtics, man, this is tough. No one's been playing amazing. I don't know. I feel like if this player doesn't step up, then he will never forgive himself, and I don't think Boston fans will forgive him because he has not played amazing. I mean, he's played good. He's had good games and stuff. Not awful, but this game, he really has to play. I mean, he has to compete tonight. Like I said, it's make or break for the Celtics. Jason Tatum, I mean, he just needs to be the 54-point scoring Jason Tatum that we all know and love. That's what we need tonight. And if we don't get that, I don't think we'll win.
Yeah, like what's been like for you as a Celtics fan, like your overall takes just this series on the play of your two stars, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
I don't think that. I think Jaylen Brown's been just a bit better than Tatum. Just has a lot of turnovers, and that's something he obviously needs to work on. But neither of them have been in crazy. Like I said, they haven't been awful. So I think they just need to bring it up. Because this is more important than any other game. And I think they're just treating it like the regular season, which it's a good mindset to have, but you can't play like that, you know? So I think they've been playing fine, but they could be so much better. And obviously Steph has been fantastic for you guys.
Yeah, and let me just issue. I've shared on this podcast before. I issued a warning to the Steph Curry haters out there in the national media that I would be a scary sight to see if the Warriors win this title and Steph Curry wins this Finals MVP. And
well, if they do win, he's winning Finals MVP. So
yeah, I mean that's without question, because if you just look at it from the standpoint of where would Golden State be in this series without Steph Curry, that alone should give him the Finals MVP. But I just want to issue a warning to the Skip Baylesses, the Rob Parkers, the Chris Mad Dog Russos, the Max Kellermans. Watch out, because if the Warriors win this title and Steph gets the Finals MVP, I am coming after you. And you will not want to hear it. So I will leave it at that for now.
Yeah. All right. So I actually have a question for you, because I've been impressed with Ime Udoka for the Celtics. I think he's handled this team pretty well as a new coach, and this series he's handled pretty well. So, Will, what are your... I mean, they're probably pretty positive because he's just a fantastic coach. What are your thoughts on Steve Kerr, the Warriors coach, this series?
Very impressed. I mean, I was reading how some people thought, he was getting out coached by Udoka.
I disagree, actually.
I do too. But, I mean, considering the fact that, he has them up 3-2 right now, I mean, how can I not be impressed with Steve Kerr when you have a team that plays as unselfishly as the Golden State Warriors with, nobody caring about, how many points they get as long as they win? The head coach can't have nothing to do with that. So with Golden State up right now 3-2, yeah, very impressed with Steve Kerr as a coach in this series. And, if you're somebody who's going to say, Steve Kerr's had all this talent, so it's been easy for him to win, folks, I want you to take this into account. Even though they had made the playoffs like the previous two seasons, they would lose in like the first or second round. Steve Kerr came in and won a title with the Warriors in his first season as a head coach. And he changed that offense and made it successful enough for them to be able to win the title. So for those of you who think, Steve Kerr, it's easy for him to win with all this talent, I want you to keep in mind that he came in and won a title with the Warriors in his first season as a head coach, and I think that's very, very impressive.
Oh, it sure is. I mean, it's always so crazy when you have just out of nowhere you have this decent NBA player come out and be a winning head coach. I mean, that's just crazy.
Yeah, it certainly is, and I think like also where Steve Kerr really proved himself as a coach to well, I mean, not that he really needed to prove himself as a head coach to me, but where I think he really showed himself was last season, where you have this, decent, flawed Warriors squad, but he leads them to a 39-33 respectable enough record, and they go 15-5 over the final 20 games of last season. So I think last year, him being able to lead the Warriors to the record and the finish that they had shows who he is as a head coach. And Steve Kerr can't have nothing to do with Golden State being in the position that they are this season either.
Of course. And yeah, I told you, Ime Udoka has actually played in leagues around the world, and he was an assistant coach for the Nets, which I've said it before on this podcast, but I think that gives him tremendous experience because he had to deal with Kyrie Irving, and he had to deal with James Harden when he was on the Nets. I mean,
like the two most selfish superstars in the entire NBA. I can't stand either.
He also had to deal with the most sensitive player in the NBA, Kevin Durant.
Absolutely, yeah. But just in the case of Ime Udoka, like, considering the start that the Celtics had, and for them to have, only 7 losses since they turned their season around and started winning in January, I mean, boy, what more? Like, how much more impressive could he possibly be
Honestly,
in his first season as a Celtics head coach? I mean, just beyond impressive and respectable.
And I think Brad Stevens actually just stepping out of head coach and getting rid of Ainge actually really helped out the Celtics.
Yeah.
I think Ainge did a good enough job while he was here. I think he was fine. But I think Brad Stevens knows what he's doing just a bit more.
He's a special mind. Like, he's made some great moves for this.
Oh, fantastic. Well, yeah. Except for Dennis Schrader.
Okay. With the exception of him, but, like, at the trade deadline, bring back, like, your Al Horford, your Daniel Tice. Like he's done a fantastic job.
Yeah, he really has. And I feel like, actually, I wanted to bring up this about Dennis Schrader. I've heard comparisons calling him just worse James Harden.
All right.
When safe drive.
Well, he clearly didn't work with the Celtics, that's for sure, and that's why they got rid of him at the trade deadline.
Yeah.
And the game has started. I just got a signal here from my dad, so thank you for tuning in, everybody. We'll be back at halftime, and my dad should be able to join us then, if you would like, Cam.
Fantastic. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. See you next time.